Post Memorial Crosswalk in rainbow colors.
Thanks for joining us here on Fox Local. I'm Luann Sorrell. We continue to follow a big breaking story in downtown Orlando. You may remember just a couple of nights ago, the state covered over the Pulse Memorial Crosswalk in downtown Orlando, just outside the Pulse site, and that has infuriated tons of people.
Wait, so they painted over the crosswalk. So the white, okay, so the white crosswalk that people walk over, what did they paint? Let's see.
There have been protests out there now for the second night in a row. So we want to get out to Fox 35's Randy Hildreth. She is live at the Pulse Memorial Crosswalk, where people just painted new colors onto that. And Randy, I understand that is
a very colorful crosswalk.
Actual paint that's not chalk like we've been seeing over the past couple of days.
Yeah, so yesterday we know that people came out here and filled the crosswalk.
That's a very, very colorful crosswalk.
With chalk. They did it again this morning, but what you were seeing on the ground.
All the honking, you hear all that honking?
Now is dry paint. It took them about 15 minutes to get all of the paint in place.
Oh, the protesters repainted the post cross. Okay, so somebody must have repainted it back white.
You can hear people honking. If we pan just a little to the left, you can see the group that is gathered here today. You may be able to hear honking in the background of people who are passing by and honking to show their support of what is going on. What I want to do now is bring in Jen Cousins, and you are one of the organizers of what happened here.
Yeah, what is going on here? What is going
today?
on?
So one, walk me through why you felt like this was an important next step.
So ultimately, we're sick of the fascism that is trying to destroy our LGBTQ plus community in Florida.
Oh my God.
This is Pulse. This is a very sacred site. Before this, Orlando didn't get any notices like the other towns that are under fire for their crosswalks. They just came in under the cover of darkness and desecrated this sacred space. And we said, no, we're not going to let that happen.
They're not playing. Listen, they're not going to let nobody run over them. This community here, they're going to fight to the end.
We're sick of it. We're going to push back. State officials don't want to put, county officials, city officials don't want to push back. We're going to. And so it was, you know what, we're not going to tolerate this fascism anymore.
Talk a little bit more about the message, because I know that it was as you just mentioned, it was important for you to show to the state, to FDOT, that chalk isn't just going to do it, and there could be some repercussions that come from this.
There could, yes, and everybody in the coalition that we organized with today is willing and ready, happy participants to say.
I'm gonna be honest, hate me for my statement, but in generally, we're talking about a crosswalk, right? So y'all can get mad, but we're talking about a crosswalk. The crosswalk was originally white. It was painted a colorful rainbow color, right? But apparently, maybe it got repainted over back white. There's people that don't want it. They don't want the LGBTQ, and there's a large group of people that want the LGBTQ. And to me, it's like it's always a huge fight between it shouldn't be this way, it shouldn't be that way. And I'm just like, man, we're sitting here talking about a crosswalk, a actual crosswalk. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when does it ever end, this whole fight and this division between like LGBTQ and people saying it shouldn't be that way, and we're fighting over these things. And it's like, I don't know, man. Personally, I don't hate any organization. I don't hate, everybody has their own opinion, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, freedom of speech. But yeah, we should definitely think more critical. We're talking about a crosswalk, and I don't know if it was designated for the LGBTQ to have that color there, but the fact that it was removed, I see why it angered them as a community, because they painted over that. So I get where it comes from. But then I also get where people are saying, hey, we don't want the crosswalk to be rainbow colored because we don't want our children walking, or people, we don't want to walk over a crosswalk that is a rainbow colored. So it's a huge division. It's always a huge division, man. And it sucks. in the United States. It's a huge division for almost everything.
No, we're not putting up with this anymore. It's worth it for a lot of us. We are all a huge queer community. We have queer children, and we're sick of it. We're sick of being pushed down, beaten down, and having the state
pushed down, beaten down. She said push down,
come after us. So DeSantis can
stop it.
Rail against us all he wants, but we're not going away. We're not going anywhere.
Listen, we know y'all are not going away. We know that community is not going away. They're alive and strong, But it sucks because it's like always a tug and pull between so many communities in this state. And I don't know what it's gonna take for. I don't think it's gonna take anything. I feel like it would always be a tug and pull. There's like almost no solution to like helping each side and making everyone happy. You can't make everybody happy. You can't make the LGBTQ community happy without making others enraged. And you can't make other people happy and then you leave the other communities out. You leave you just can't make everything happy. Nothing can be perfect. But we can all learn how to live with each other and live amongst each other and love each other, for who we are. But that's all I got.
To hear people honking, and I know people passing.
I just hate the violence, man. I really have a heart for just like wanting to just see the positive light, see the positive in people, to stop the division, Like I wish that we can come together as citizens of the United States, and just. I don't know what it's going to take. I really don't.
I may not know what you have done, but this is the second day that people have been out here. To hear people honking in support of you all being here in general, what does that mean? Or what message do you think that shows?
It's incredible support, It shows us that Orlando isn't going to put up with this, right? Orlando's strong ever since Pulse. We're not going to let this fly. Our city is all.
What is Pulse?
All about love, and we're not going to let this happen. We're not going to let hate live here.
Next step. So I know that we have done this, or I know that this has been done. Is this it, or is there a next?
Do you like to come in? Do we have a
next steps?
I know what I want the community to do. I want the people of Orlando to come out in the dead of night if they feel
they are honking
like it and paint their crosswalks. I don't want.
No. Hold on. You're going too far now, lady. You're going too far. You feel me? We got one crosswalk painted rainbow colored. We don't need 30 of them all painted rainbow color. You know what I'm saying? Why are we painting crosswalks in general? Why are we painting crosswalks? Let's be real.
This to be one and done. I want people to come out and put their rainbows out there, put their messages out there, despite what Florida deems is inappropriate.
I can hear the
Orlando, you guys say something. Citizens of Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Everybody drop a comment and tell me how you feel about this. If you're with it, if you're not with it, we want all the answers.
Emotion in your voice. I know that it probably was a lot of emotion because
I feel like you see how serious she is in this. Like she's just so devoted. Like if we were so devoted and we had all the energy and we applied it to the real problems, real issues in this world, real time crime that are happening in these cities, right? We applied all this energy that we're putting into this right here, bro. We would make such progress. We would make such progress as a country.
You were one of the people who was painting. Right. So walk me through the emotions that you're feeling right now.
I was afraid. I do not know necessarily what the repercussions of this action will be. I'm ready to accept them. The point of civil disobedience is that the point of civil disobedience is that the punishment outweighs the crime. I painted a crosswalk for people that.
So you painted a crosswalk, and now you scared about what you did, right? But you weren't scared when you were out there painting around, you know what I'm saying, rainbow colors, you know what I'm saying, Lucky Charms. Now you scared. Stop it, please.
Died. If that makes me in trouble, so be it.
One more thing, because I know we.
So you willing to go down? You willing to go just go rapid and have something happen because of you want your statement to be known. You want it. See, this is how strong it is when you believe in something. You see how this lady here, she believes in what she did. She believes in her community. She gives it, right. Freedom of the people, right. You can't be scared. You gotta walk the talk. You gotta walk the fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared. You have to say it and mean it. You know what I'm saying?
Before this happened, and you talked about being having a child, and what your daughter told you.
My daughter came up to me the other day and she told me, keep doing what you're doing, keep protesting, maybe it'll work someday.
Do you feel like today worked?
It'll work if people don't stop showing up and doing things to disrupt the establishment.
Understood. Well, thank you so much for taking a moment to speak with us.
Look, man, I feel like this is crazy. Like, if we apply this energy, like if this lady right here, how strong she is and how like passionate she is, all these people are passionate in the LGBTQ community. If we can get that same mind state, right, and we could focus on the homelessness and trying to get funding and getting people off the street and getting people the resources and the help that they need to better themselves in life, right? We all can come together. Like, you know what I'm saying? It might sound crazy what I'm saying, but like, we don't focus our energy, to me, in the right direction. And I don't want to, you know, disrespect and seem like, no, like, I think that she has a free mind and she's strong for going out there doing what she's doing. But like, man, I wish I can fight the fight. There's a lot of fights that I would love to protest in, you know, for animals. I want to save the animals, save the earth, like just go green, you know, reduce carbon footprint. Like, I just don't feel like this is more like valuable enough to be talking about a painted crosswalk and to be like protesting about the crosswalk being a rainbow colored. I don't think that's valid enough to even be protesting about, you know?
I do want to give viewers a closer look at the crosswalk now. So you have the rainbow colors here. Again, overnight, FDOT, overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, repainted this. As we know, this used to be a rainbow colored crosswalk. FDOT, overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, repainted this so it was black and white over the last, 2 days, yesterday and today.
It's like, I get it. You know, they have the LGBTQ has a community, respectfully. They have their way of thinking. They have their own classification. We get it, right? But it almost feels as if they're trying to force this on us. Like, the people that are maybe not in that community, they want us to see us. They want us to see that they're here. They're alive and they're not going anywhere, right? And that's how I perceive this situation of this crosswalk. They're like, no, you guys are gonna paint over the crosswalk. You're not gonna paint over this LGBTQ crosswalk because that's their way of showing, like, we're here. We want you guys to see us. We don't want to hide anymore. That's how they feel. That's how the LGBTQ community probably feels about this crosswalk. This is probably why it's so important to them, because if it goes away, it's like, it's like dimming the light. It's like dimming their light, And man, like, it sucks, it really sucks that this situation, the way it is, it's a lot of scrutiny and a lot of backlash, and it's a really sensitive topic, man, and I have no hate for nobody on this earth. I think we all are amazing human beings. I think every last individual and everywhere in this world is talented and is a great human being, and I think just we got to apply our energy in the right way.
People were coming out and putting chalk in place, but the group that is organized today did something a little bit more permanent and put the rainbow colors in place with paint. They have this area blocked off, and if we turn the camera this way, you can see this area also blocked off on Orange Avenue and West Esther. And if you see in the distance, again, right in front of the Post Memorial, and the sentiments that I've talked to when I
the memorial post.
Spoke with post survivors and organizers today is that this was very frustrating. This was very triggering, considering what happened just feet away from where this crosswalk is. And, as you just heard, they hope that people get the message, the state and the governor and the powers that be, that at least, this group in the city of Orlando won't stand for the removal of this crosswalk.
Okay, they standing strong. The city of Orlando, I guess they standing strong for this crosswalk, this rainbow crosswalk. Let's stand strong in feeding the homeless. Let's stand strong in animal cruelty. Let's stand strong in what else? Taxes. Let's stand strong in sex trafficking. Like, let's get serious about the topics that are actually very, very important. And it sounds like I'm dimming, and I don't want to dim the light on this community and what they're doing, right? But I just want that when we do go to war and we go to bat about things, that it's about things that are like super, super serious and affect many, many lives. I don't think this crosswalk really, affects the masses. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the community is going to change because the crosswalk got painted back white the way it was originally, But I guess Orlando's going to stand strong. They're going to support each other, and that's all this whole thing is about, is everyone standing together and everybody supporting each other in solidarity and backing one another. That's how you get things done. That's how changes are made. That's how communities are fostered, So I just think that is what it is, but we gotta check out the rest of this and see what they talking.
This rainbow crosswalk. I'll send it back to you. Live tonight, Randy Hildreth, Fox 35 News.
Yeah, Randy, before I let you go, I just have a couple questions for you. We know that rainbow crosswalk was originally put down back in 2017, 1 year after the tragedy there. 49 people lost their lives at the Pulse nightclub. So that means
oh my God, I didn't even know. So that was a nightclub. That there's a memorial. Okay, so this story has more backing to it. There's a lot more information to
it's been in place for 8 years. It's been there. City leaders didn't have a problem with it. County leaders did not.
That is so sad. I remember that. Yeah, that hit the world. That literally hit the news. I was watching news. I was like, man, that's crazy. That was like one of the worst things that happened at the nightclub. That made me scared to want to go to a nightclub, because I feel like I kept watching like, damn, I wonder if somebody's gonna come in and just start shooting at the club. Like, it was a scary time in America.
With it appeared state leaders did not have a problem with it. Why now did the state deem that they needed to come out there and remove the rainbow?
And if you remember when the Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer, I believe he released a statement yesterday, and in it he talked about when this was put in place, the coordination that was done with the state to make sure that this was going to be okay. Fast forward a couple weeks ago, the Trump administration sent notice to every governor in the country that they would have to take action, or he was advising that states not have things like this, that any artwork and crosswalks that he felt sent a political message or that took away from pedestrian safety. Governor DeSantis, in a post on X yesterday, doubled down on that, saying that he wouldn't tolerate crosswalks that were rainbow colored.
Yeah, I haven't really seen any of these rainbow colored crosswalks in Florida. So, I mean, as far as where I'm at, I haven't seen. I guess this is one part of Florida, but I haven't really seen it since I've been here. Much crosswalks. I know this is in Orlando, but yeah, this must be like a one and done, one of one situation. I haven't seen.
As we have seen be removed here in Orlando. I know when we covered this story yesterday, we also reached out to FDOT, who provided some additional information saying that their 2025 design manual had very strict guidance on what crosswalks should look like, what compliance look like, what pavement should look like, and essentially saying that when it was in the rainbow colors originally, as it had been for years, that it had come out of compliance based on those 2025.
Oh, so they're trying to bring it back. It was never in compliance. This rainbow, this crosswalk situation was never in compliance. They're trying to bring it back to compliance. Oh, but because they allowed it to happen with the Pulse nightclub post memorial situation, they had painted it for a good reason for them. I guess it was a good cause for them. And now that I guess they looked into it, they tried to bring it back to compliance and repaint the crosswalk white. And that's what this whole huge protesting is going on. Okay, this makes most sense.
Guidelines. But again, it has been painted again by the community, giving that a strong message that, yes, you may have put this in place, but this is how we feel.
Got it. Okay, I see exactly what's going on.
I have a feeling that things are going to change in the next couple of days. We don't know if FDOT's going to then come out overnight. Now tonight, we'll have to wait and see and paint over it again, making it black or white. But we do know that there is a permanent Pulse memorial that is in the works right behind you for that Pulse property. And when we went to you earlier tonight, you talked to some people who now fear that maybe that's not going to stand under this new administration. Any word on what's happening with the permanent Pulse memorial?
Well, we know that the city has voted to move forward with choosing a developer for that bill. They're working with a development company out of Winter Park to get that permanent memorial in place. I believe they're looking at construction to start next June 2027 to have that permanent Pulse memorial in place. But as you mentioned, I spoke with a Pulse survivor today. He said, and he is still living with the physical and mental impacts of that, said about 2 months ago he had just had another surgery because of complications from injuries he sustained in the Pulse nightclub shooting. And
very sad, very, very sad shooting, man. And yeah, a lot of people had passed away in that situation. And I just don't even want to go back and think, you know, that was a few years back, but it's just too sad to even think about it. But yeah, it's a very evil world that we live in. And I see why these people here are gathering in solidarity about this cause.
He hopes that it is still, you know, wheels in motion and it will actually be erected. But also he was saying he hopes that what we saw this week with the removal by FDOT of that rainbow crosswalk, he hopes that that's not foreshadowing what could come once that Pulse memorial is up to honor the victims, the survivors, and their families.